non-believers.
How did that?
To all the non-believers, especially you, Tom Jackson. Way to have our back, Keyshawn. Anybody can be beat.
Welcome back to Jets Fuel. This is episode 3. My name is Scott. Today we're going to be discussing just a recap of my thoughts and feelings of the key offseason moves that were made by the New York Jets. Start off, first and foremost, we brought in a new head coach after fired Robert Saleh and his terrible record with the Jets. I think Saleh was 20-35 or 36 as a Jet coach, but pretty much goes in line with the rest of all the other Jet coaches. So we bring in Aaron Glenn, and he's the new man to run the New York Jets. Love it. I was also looking forward to maybe possibly bringing back Rex Ryan, but as a Jets fan, you cannot be mad that they brought in Aaron Glenn. I love him as a player, the former All-Pro cornerback, and then his lineage underneath Bill Parcells and just how he moved through the ranks. He started as a scout and worked his way up, and now he's the head coach of the New York Jets. It's a beautiful story. I hope it's like a fairy tale ending where he comes back to the Jets and we win a Super Bowl. I also am encouraged by what he's saying and how he's conducting himself on the sidelines. We just finished week 2 of the preseason, and you see that fire and that passion coming out of him. You see him, a lot of the players saying that he's holding the players accountable, even the staff accountable. So this is really encouraging, and I got nothing really negative to say about him. Outside of some of these stories you hear about how he interacted with Aaron Rodgers, when they were thinking about retaining him for the season. But so let's start with the key losses. First and foremost, C.J. Mosley, our linebacker, he retires. I think it's going to be a huge loss, especially for our linebacker crew. Even though we have, I would say one of the best linebacker crews in the NFL. With you got Sherwood and you got Williams back there, but Mosley was a wealth of knowledge and experience, and he was just a great locker room guy, hardened veteran. So I was sad to see him go. I was hoping that they could have brought him back in another capacity, maybe as a coach or advisor for these linebackers. Second key loss was DJ Reed, our number 2 cornerback. Very underrated. Loved his tenacity. Loved the way he'd come up and tackle people. Last year, I thought our tackling was terrible, but one of the bright spots I always liked seeing DJ Reed come up and tackle. Just a tough, hard-nosed player. I love those type of players. Him going to Detroit makes a lot of sense. I understand why he made the move, and it left us with a hole at cornerback number 2. And the third, and I feel like the most important loss for us was the Jets releasing Aaron Rodgers. I say that because not that I look at Rodgers as a solution to our future quarterback, but I thought of him as like a mentor. Whatever quarterback that we decided to bring in, I thought who better to sit behind for a year, possibly 2, than Aaron Rodgers. Whenever you look back at the history of the NFL, you saw that these guys that sat behind legends, there was a good chance that they were going to get some knowledge and get that experience and get those little things that you can't get just being shoved into the starting role. Aaron Rodgers is all-time great. Everybody knows that. I thought it was imperative that we kept him on board and had him mentor a young quarterback, either through the draft or even if you wanted to bring in a veteran, a younger veteran of the league. It's something that the Jets could have let Rodgers really mentor the guy and grow the guy. Even if Rodgers didn't play, I don't know if he was open to that or not, just sitting back, being second string. But having him mentor a young quarterback, that was my priority, because I'm so sick of this carousel of the Jets going quarterback after quarterback after quarterback after quarterback, and they're all just fizzle out. Nothing ever pans out. I don't get it. That on top of the fact, which is another typical Jets move, we're paying Aaron Rodgers, we have to pay off the rest of his contract, $49 million. We just eat $49 million to let the guy walk and go play for the Steelers. It makes no sense. Steelers are going to have a Hall of Famer mentoring Will Howard to be the next great quarterback. It's stupidity, and also the way I heard that they handled things with Aaron Rodgers and in his release and stuff. I just think it was completely unprofessional. But there was some type of weird narrative that was created by, I don't know what, these loser Jet media people. Some of these weird our fan base is real weird. We're a bunch of the majority of us are hardcore Jet fans, but we gotta be honest, we're weird. We're like outsiders in society.
I mean, you can see it on the face, the frustration, and look you're frustrated when your teeth come out.
What normal human being would be rooting for a team that has just been constantly disappointing you and causing problems in your personal life because you can't understand what the hell they're doing? So Aaron Rodgers, I was very disappointed in that. Everything I always heard about him from all the players in the locker room was that he was a great locker room presence. So I thought it was a major loss. Key additions, Justin Fields, obviously coming from the Bears and then Pittsburgh. I thought that it was, I understand why they went that way. They're trying to get younger. Overall, all of our moves were for us, our roster, to get younger. Justin Fields was a key example of that. A lot of upside, a lot of potential, but even from what I'm seeing now in the preseason and a lot of the reports, he's struggling throwing the ball, which has been his MO since he's been in the league. I'm hoping that can change, but it is what it is. Another couple guys that I really like them bringing in, Tyler Johnson and Reynolds, that veteran presence, both receivers, like Tyler Johnson's athletic ability. Brandon Stevens and Cisco to shore up our cornerback number 2 to replace DJ Reed. Cisco, we desperately need help at the safety. I'm hoping, he could be that answer for us. Then, of course, the Jets resigned Sherwood, Sauce, and Wilson this past season, which I love seeing them. I can't remember the last time where the Jets have taken their homegrown talent and actually retained them. We're starting to do that now, and I love it. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and leave your thoughts and feelings in the comments on how you felt like the Jets did. And as always, goes Jets.